So I went to this one clinic I used to go to get medication for my ADHD, and I was like, I wonder if I just walk in and say this is what I'm looking for. And sure enough, I walked in, said I need this letter, and it was pretty easy, pretty simple process.
So I went and talked to my doctor about it, and he said it would be pretty possible, and he thought I qualified with my medical history. At that point, it had been 2 years that I'd been dealing with a lot of dizziness and stuff like that, which led to depression and anxiety. So he just wrote up a letter for me, and I got it in a couple of weeks, and that was pretty much it.
So we went online, and we did it through like an online counselor. We just went through like a questionnaire kind of. I just explained the situation like in like a lot of detail, and then I think she just got back to us and she's like, yeah, like we approve you, and she sent the letter.
There are a lot more ESAs in the city of Rexburg than there are the national average. And I honestly can't feel that our level of mental disorders is that much higher than what it is in the rest of the nation. At this point in time, it would put Rexburg as being one of the highest rates of mental disorders for any city in the United States.
You will be in this shot.
Anxiety was more situational based on the direct events of the divorce. I can't really go explain too much about why I was feeling so much anxiety all the time without revealing too much, which I wouldn't want to do on camera. She has been the only consistent thing in my life, with losing my marriage, with moving all over the place. I just graduated, so that was another big change that happened in my life. So I don't go to school anymore. I just got a new job early this year, and all these changes, completely different from just 6 months ago, where I was married, had a different job, still in school. She was the kind of the rock through it all, the only thing that really stayed constant in my life. So.
In 2003, when I started, I worked with about 197 animals. About 2011, we were pushing about 300. Last year, we had 678, I believe it was. Almost every adoption is as a result of somebody having an ESA note, and very few of those are starting out already having the ESA note when they start looking. What I'm seeing a lot of is that we're having people come in, they're finding an animal they like, and then the next day they're having an ESA note. And so that's where there are some questions about the full medical process that's going on, if the doctors are doing things the way that they should be.
I knew if I had a really tame bird that it would be good for me, and I knew how to take care of them already. So once we got her, she was just super friendly, super lovable, so I knew that she would be perfect for an ESA. Birds are very cuddly if they're tame, and a lot of people don't realize that. I love her. And when I'm away from her, I miss her a lot. With my doctor, he gave me 2 years to have an emotional support animal. I got her certified last year at the beginning of the year, and she'll expire at the end of this year. And basically, because in my situation, my mental health was based off of my physical concerns, and I just had surgery about 6 months ago, and so I'm pretty much better, so my mental health has improved a lot, and I don't want to be one of those people that tries to take advantage of it. She's been awesome as an ESA, and once she runs out, then we'll just deal with landlords as a bird, so.
His shock collar stopped working, and then we got complaints that he was waking everybody up at 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning, and so we had to get him a new shock collar that worked. And it worried me a lot. I didn't want to hurt our dog, and I was like, our shock collars even can you even use them? But yeah, otherwise we wouldn't be able to have him because the apartment complex would kick us out. Mm-hmm. So even I like him. I mean, sometimes he frustrates me trying to train him because he's stubborn, but he's definitely a part of the family, and I love and appreciate the dog just so much because it helps Heather out. because it does something that I can't necessarily do. So if I'm not there and she's upset or like having a hard day or her anxiety's kicked up because of her hypothyroidism, like, then she at least has the dog there. One reason why I love the dog is because I love Heather, and if he can help her, then I appreciate it.
If you need that animal to be able to function, you should be able to have that. And that's what the ESA is set up for. It is meant for people who are in need to be able to have an animal regardless of apartment restrictions, regardless of travel restrictions.
I think you need to attack your mental health from all angles. And having an animal that you can take care of, something that's outside of yourself, I think that's a big thing. It's easy to neglect your own needs when you're depressed or anxious or whatever, but if you know that something else needs to be taken care of, you tend to do that, especially if it's something that you love so much and that loves you back. People don't realize how beneficial that is.